Okay, hello, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Shamila, for sharing the syllabus pattern of BA, BBA, LLB. What I do understand there is that the focus is on basic skills of reading, writing, speaking, and there seems to be also emphasis on soft skills that is given. So, which also leads me to think the kind of other turn that is taking. It's not only about skills, but also kind of the soft skills that are being projected. One thing common between law and BCA and BHM, we were supposed to have Grace, but she hasn't come, is that they are seen more as vocational courses. And hence, English is also tailored towards vocational education. But if you speak to English teachers, they'll tell you perhaps that they are the ones who need more human education than the BA, BSc students, right? I will not comment on that, but I'll just open up that as an issue. And I now request Greta to come on the issue.
Thanks, Anand. I represent the Department of Education. Education is a department which caters to pre-service teachers. I'm going to talk from two perspectives. Since we are dealing with teachers, first priority would be given to helping them work on their communication skills and soft skills and classroom communication. Apart from that, they also need to we need to help them to develop skills concerning how to deal with parents, how to deal with the community, how to deal with children of different grades and different levels according to their age and maturity. The second aspect to this is there are students who would take content cum methodology of teaching English, and this is offered to students who take elective English as an elective. So in this we start with helping them to understand what is the importance of language. Then we move on to the need and importance of teaching or learning a language, and specifically learning and teaching of English. The students come from various backgrounds. Some would have had only English as a language, some would have studied it as literature. So therefore we start off with both how to understand the student from belong to different backgrounds. So sometimes English teachers will have to cater to bilingual teaching too. So we start off with language skills. We try and work on LSRW. Here we are going to concentrate on the objectives, the purpose of teaching, and since schools insist on activity method of teaching, we also help them to understand what is the purpose of an activity, what is the objective of it, and what is the learning outcome of each activity. Then we try and work on the different approaches to teaching English. So to name a few are structural approach, a communicative approach, direct method, CLL, community language learning, humanistic approach, yoga and meditation, which has already come into the school curriculum. So these are some of the approaches that we would be working with. And we would also work on objectives, methods and techniques for teaching prose, poetry, grammar, vocabulary, spellings, which an English teacher must and should be able to perform in an English classroom. That's in the first semester. In the second semester, since we send the teachers to schools as part of their practice teaching, we help them to first identify teaching resources in the form of books, in the form of CDs, in the form of even websites. And we help them to have mastery of content, especially grammar and vocabulary. Here we have to cater to different boards because our teachers will have to go and teach the textbooks that are made available by the different boards, ICSE, CBSE, IB, as well as the state boards. And in the state boards, they have first language English language teaching and second language English teaching. So there's a variety to our teaching methodology. We also try and help them to understand the importance of a language lab. We have a small language lab with a few resources. But once we open them to the understanding of a language lab, they can find their resources by themselves with the use of websites and other resources. We also help them to understand the use of educational technology in teaching, because today's schools have interactive boards. They also have EduComp in their schools, so we need to actually train them as to how to use a smart board or how to go about using a technology, how to use technology in the classroom. And in the second semester, we try to focus on writing lesson plans, helping them to identify how to prepare a test paper, how to conduct a test, how to evaluate a test, and thereby we help them to develop some micro-teaching skills and practice teaching skills, basically to help them to be good presenters or good performance in the classroom. That's it. Thank you.
Hello. Okay, I can. Thank you. One difference that you're bringing in is that idea that you're also training teachers. And I was trying to reflect on the same count whether, because you expect that is to be done at the high school level when they go as teachers. Now, what about the, for example, all of you who are here, you also had your MA education. But in English literature largely. But there's a serious gap between what we actually do in the classroom and what is taught for 2 years, right? That's one thing that opens up here. The other is the difference between the imagination between law school curriculum and your curriculum, in that the law school curriculum is highly aimed at professional skills. As against, it looked to me that there's a lot of emphasis on the social skills. The social imagination is much wider in terms of family, in terms of people, that your curriculum also includes.